Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Houston, Texas quarterback Deshaun Watson will not face any criminal charges, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Greetings, and salutations to all nation. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari, soldier of Deep Roads TV. Thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time tuning in, I'm asking you, hit that red subscribe button. And we'll have a great relationship, ladies and gentlemen. So breaking news, the NFL and the fans are happy at this moment as the quarterback for the Houston Texans will not face any charges. The grand jury has declined on Friday to indict Houston Texas quarterback Deshaun Watson following the police investigation that was sparked by lawsuits filed by 22 women who had accused him of harassing and sexual assault. Prosecutors from the Direct Attorney Office of Harris County in Texas presented evidence as a testimony to 12-person grand jury for over 6 hours on Friday related to 9 of the 10 criminals charges being rejected. All 9 cases were rejected. Prosecution did not bring or present the 10th case, according to John Salin, chief of the Adult Sex Crime and Trafficking Division with Houston County District Attorney Office. The grand jury decision ended criminal proceedings relating to Watson's in Harris County, where Houston is located. It's definitely a very emotional time for me, Watson said. I know we are far from being done offhand what we need to handle on the legal side, but today is definitely a big day. Watson spoke to the reporter for the first time in over a year, said at the news conference outside lawyer's office building, I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for letting the truth be heard, and I thank everyone that was a part of this to see and hear both sides. That's what my point was. The team wanted us to do. I had a fair slate of us telling our side of the story and letting the conclusion come to what happened today, and that's what the grand jury decided. I'm just going to keep fighting to rebuild my name and rebuild my appearance in the community, and on the legal side handle what we need to handle, but also ready to go on the field and pre for all that. Stating decline to say possible charges are presented the grand jury consideration. We respect the grand jury decision, she said. The announcement on Friday came near a year after first civil lawsuit was filed against Watson. The 22 civil case accused him of range of action during massage appointment, from touching women to his genital to forced oral sex. 8 of the women who sued Watson filed criminal complaint against him with Houston police and had been set to appear before the grand jury. 2 other women who did sue Watson also filed police complaint. Houston police began investigation Watson in April of 2021 after the first criminal complaint was filed. The FBI also was reviewing the allegations. Watson's lawyer said some sexual activity happened during some of the massage appointment, but that he never coerced anyone. We are delighted that the grand jury has looked at the matter throughout and thoroughly reached the same conclusion we did, Rustin Hardin, Watson's lead attorney, said at the statement. Deshaun Watson did not commit any crime and is not guilty of any offense. Now that the criminal investigation have been completed, we are happy to move forward with the civil case deposition. We will vigorously defend those cases with every ounce we have. Watson sat for disposition to 2 of the civil lawsuit against him early Friday at the office of Hardin Law Firm, located about half a mile away from Harris County Criminal Courthouse, downtown Houston, where the grand jury met. Watson invoked his Fifth Amendment rights against self-incrimination during the deposition, Hardin said. Tony Busby, the attorney representative of 22 women, said the criminal case is separate from the civil case and he will continue to process of questioning Watson as the lawsuit moves forward. Civil cases will continue to gather steam. We'll take Mr. Watson's deposition again Tuesday. Respect the process, Busby said Friday. No trial date has been set for the lawsuit. A spokesman for the NFL within the investigation, Watson, under its personal conduct policy, said the statement Friday, "We have been closely monitoring all developments in the matter." Although Watson did not play for the Texans since the first lawsuit was filed on March 16, 2020, he was on the active roster during 2021 season and was a healthy start of all 17 games. He was paid his entire $10.5 million base salary last year. Hardin said he did not expect Watson to speak with the NFL investigative team until the criminal investigation had concluded. In January 2021, Watson asked Texas to trade him because he was unhappy about the direction that the franchise was going. While members of the Texans organization had declined to comment specifically on Watson's legal situation, General Manager Nick Caserio said early this month that the team is day-to-day in terms of handling Watson's situation. Last week, Coach Lovie Smith said that Texas are hoping for prompt resolution to Watson's future with the team. The trade mark for the star quarterback is expected to ramp up quickly, with Houston opening up the move on from him. Multiple teams especially are interested in the league, sources says ESPN Adam Schindler. Teams like the Jaguars, I'm hearing, South Carolina Panthers, I'm hearing, and I'm also hearing the black and yellow Steelers. Yeah, so you know so many teams are going to want Deshaun Watson, but I'm trying to figure out, people, do you think that because this man wanted out of Texas, some kind of setup went on to try to cramp his move? After he led the NFL with passes over 4,000 yards in 2020, 2021, he wanted to move on because they got rid of his wide receiver, his star wide receiver, and he said, yo, there's nothing going on here. All I don't want me to do is run around and get hit. So what happened? Multiple charges came up against him. Now, I do have a little clip here of Deshaun coming out of the office, and I want you to hear a little bit from the lawyer. I want you to hear a little bit, and hear what they're saying, because at the end of the day, it's nothing better than getting the words from the lawyer's mouth. You are guaranteed. So at the end of the day, let you see a little bit from the lawyer and hear a little bit from the lawyer. I did get this.
So I'm just saying to him, I think this may be the first time they've seen you in regular clothes for months or a year or whatever. We're absolutely delighted with what the grand jury concluded, which is what we've been saying to everybody all along. Deshaun never committed any crime at all or did anything wrong. And as we understand it, the grand jury heard evidence based on all of the criminal complaints, all 9 of them, and returned no bills, no charges on all 9 of them. And we are absolutely delighted. I've asked Deshaun not to talk about any contacts or anything, but I understand that people would at least like to hear the voice of this guy that you've only seen his lawyers on. It's hard for me to, look, it's just part of the team. When we practice law, ever so often, we get a charge from the effort with a bunch of people for somebody that we know is being incredibly unfairly treated.
Let's see.
We've listened to all of the complaints of those that are making these out.
A good lawyer. That's what I'm saying. Now, it's refreshing to see a good lawyer, because watch how he handled the press conference. Look how he direct his client. and let's go answer the questions. It's refreshing to see a good lawyer, somebody you could see that's protecting his client.
I don't know whether that's true or accurate or not, but whatever they heard, citizens in Harris County had a chance to listen to evidence and make a decision. And we are extremely thankful of it. We feel like we've been treated fair by the whole system. It's taken a long time, but it's worth every minute of it. Now, if you have any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them. But I want y'all to understand, we're still facing a slew of civil lawsuits, and that's why Deshaun's not going to want to get into any of the facts or anything. But I realize you don't want to hear from a lawyer, and that you would rather hear from...
Excellent. That's a good lawyer right here, family. I'm telling you, that's a good lawyer.
Since he sent out a tweet back in, I guess, March of last year. So maybe I can be the ringmaster to a certain degree and just ask you if there's anything you want to tell the public.
Now, Deshaun's going to speak a few moments, so listen up.
First, I want to say,
yeah, I know you. No, he must have went through a lot.
It's definitely a very emotional moment for me. I know we're far from being done of handling what we need to handle on the legal side, but today is definitely a big day, and I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for, letting the truth be heard.
I'm telling you, people,
I think
the NFL is going
everyone that was a part of this, of seeing and hearing both sides, and that's what my point and my team wanted to do is have a fair slate of us telling our side of the story. And letting the conclusion come down to what happened today, and that's what the grand jury decided on. So, yeah, thank you, and I just thank my Lord and Savior, and just gonna keep fighting.
I feel your family. I feel your family. So at this point right now, family, I'm gonna show you, say, Deshaun is elated. Deshaun is elated right now, and he have an excellent lawyer. I'm elated for the young man. Because many people were saying that, Deshaun is guilty. Many people had him, like his career is done. And at this point right now, it is just an elation for everyone. The Houston quarterback, Deshaun Watson, has been basically found not guilty. The grand jury decided not to indict him. All 9 cases that was brought before the grand jury, there were 10 of them, but 1 didn't make it. Appear that they either fall out of the running or there wasn't even enough evidence for them to put that in the pile. Deshaun is still facing civil suit. That means they're going to try to sue him to get some money because they want to cash out to make everything go away. But, this youth was a good youth, an excellent quarterback, and an excellent humanitarian in his community from what I've read up about him. So I just wanted to give you an update on this situation here. The Houston, Texas quarterback, the superstar from Houston, Texas, he led the NFL in passing yards 2020. Deshaun Watson has been freed of all criminal charges by a grand jury in Texas. So the Houston, Texas quarterback is now ready to go on the trading blocks. A lot of people are interested. A lot of teams are interested in him. So I asked the question, if you think that Deshaun was set up because he wanted out of Houston, because for some reason, ironically, coincidentally, the same time he want to get out is the same time that these accusations came up. And either it's a coincidence or, there was a setup going on here. So that's what I'm asking the people. If y'all think that Deshaun was set up or what? Because it's just a coincidence. So leave your comments in the comment box if you think that Deshaun Watson was set up either by the team or by the ladies. If this is a money grab before he leave Houston, because he was definitely adamant that he wasn't going to play for them. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier of Deep Roots TV, breaking the news. The Houston, Texas Texan quarterback superstar Deshaun Watson has been freed of all criminal charges by a 12-person office peer grand jury in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. More life, more joy, more happiness. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Leave your comment. Let me know what you think about this case.
Greetings, greetings.
No, I make it about
yes, season greetings.
What I'm saying, it's a coincidence.
Hey, Roots, man. How you guys doing out there? We're having a good time, man. We're right in Fort Lauderdale
That
Beach.
as soon as Deshaun said he wanted out, all these allegations came about. More life, more joy, more happiness. You'll be blessed.